Hey, what is going on, guys? Ali here, back again with another video for you guys today for Fire Force Season 2, Episode 16? I believe it's 16? I keep forgetting the numbers of the episodes. It's either 16 or 17. I'm pretty sure it's 16, but anyways, this episode, I want to say it was really good. But for some reason, recently for Fire Force, I've not necessarily felt burnt out, but I feel like I haven't been as super enthusiastic with it for a while, or just the last 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know what it is, but regardless though, the episode was really good. Karen really shined with him being a protector of the pillars and everything, and seeing a little bit of his backstory and seeing that spoiled brat of a character, Hamiya. She's not even a good villain in general. She just seems like a spoiled brat and everything. And this episode, you're seeing Nataku's abilities growing exponentially crazy and ridiculous and such. And you see his backstory of why he's like this, because of his parents and everything and whatnot, that they put so much pressure on him with 100% in school and everything. And the more that I see that, that whole backstory, the whole flashback, it seems to be not necessarily his mom, but really his father, who is a doctor, putting pressure on her, which makes her put pressure on him and everything. And so it's really the father and not the parents themselves, because it seems when he got a B plus or whatever, she started freaking out because she's it seems she's thinking that oh, I'm gonna get abused or get hit by my husband and everything, and the father's yelling at her, and I'm I don't feel mad towards the mother. I feel mad towards the father putting that pressure on the mom trying to raise him, which puts pressure on which causes her to put pressure on Nataku himself and everything. So that whole scenario was just kind of sad to me, because it seems there's it's the father who is the pinnacle of that stress and whatnot, because stress and pressure, because he put it on the mom of taking care of Nataku, and that caused pressure being sent from her to her son. So I'm sitting here I don't hate the mom at all. I don't like the father. That's the thing. So that seeing his backstory was kind of sad, saying that if I can't do it, then mom and dad will hate me and stuff, and saying his mom is haunting him, saying that you can do it. It makes sense for Nataku's character, because he got that pressure from his mom, but to have her be the one that was the pinnacle or the pinpoint of that pressure doesn't make sense. It's the father that caused that stream of pressure that trickled down all the way to their son and everything, and he's freaking out being in that giant that five-bodied infernal whatever, about to use this giant radiation explosion ray thing, and then Karen comes in, blocks that thing, thought that was fantastic and whatnot, and Hamiya realizes her mistake or whatever, and seeing Inka's face, yo, this is not good. She's seeing the future of where the fire's gonna end up. It's not even just gonna end up, it's gonna make a massive crater in around them, 500 kilometers they said, or miles away, or something that. People can say what they want about Inka and stuff. She's saying it's fun and whatnot, but she's into the life or death situations, not literally dying in the situation. She likes that near death type of experience or whatever. but nobody's gonna survive this shit. So like he's shooting that and whatnot, and then Karen comes in. You see that little backstory with him and Hamiya and whatnot, and like he truly is a protector of the pillars. He's like Karen the Reflector. That shit is just I love that name, that nickname and everything. It's so cool. I love it. So he's able to take that fire in and shoot it up into the moon. And the moon has a crater now, which is like because of that firepower and everything. And man, like it took a lot for Karen to take it in and shoot it out. And like the moment he did that, like all of his muscles just were tired out, were tuckered out and everything. So like that whole scene was just awesome. And then you got Nataku standing there like, I can do it because he put so much pressure on. I'd say he put pressure on himself because, like, as a parent, you know, you want your son or your kids to do the best that they can and whatnot. And, like, I feel like he put pressure on himself to be like, if I can't do this or whatever, mom and dad are gonna hate me. They're not gonna love me and whatnot. And I think that the mom and dad should have said something to him. But I feel like the mom was more pressured to like really get him to always have good grades unless she gets like, I don't know, we have no idea if the father actually beats her and whatnot. We have no idea. So like that whole thing was kind of sad and stuff. And then you got Rekka. I said this last episode or the last two episodes, I'm so happy his character is gone because he was just straight trash. Like there was absolutely nothing good about Rekka and his character. Absolutely nothing. Like his ability was kind of like the opposite of Shinra in that like he gathers fire from his arms instead of his feet like Shinra. So like I mean that's sort of cool, but like a little boring and whatnot. So like his character never liked in the slightest, even when we didn't even know yet that he was part of the Evangelist. Didn't like him like at all. I don't like his design of his eyes and stuff. There's nothing about him that I liked and whatnot. So that whole scene of like, you know, not just like, it wasn't even like everybody fighting anymore. It's like, get the hell out of here and whatnot because of what Nataku was using, that giant radiation wave and whatnot. So the whole thing with Karen reflecting it was just awesome and everything. And then you got Chrono coming in with his giant sword blade or whatever and easily cuts that giant monster level infernal whatever that Ritsu made, which she's surprised. I'm surprised too. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Like he easily cut that thing like it was butter, which was pretty cool and everything. And like he was just cutting down Nataku just till he like can't move anymore. And Nataku's like I can still do this and whatnot. And he's crying and everything, and like so much pressure that was put onto him for being like such a smart and proper kid and whatnot, like causing him to lose his mind. Like, yeah, I can do this. I can wipe out this entire city. And then Chrono just comes up to him, grabs him by the neck. He's like, stay weak. You're still young. Stay weak and everything. And like it's kind of messed up and twisted in the way that Chrono's doing it, but just like what Karen said, that like 99% of people would think that is a very weird like relationship and creepy relationship and unorthodox, very weird, but that 1% knows that this was the best case scenario to calm down Nataku, and like it seemed like it was good and stuff. Still don't like Chrono, but whatever, he likes to pick on the weak and shit just because, like, you know, they're small and everything. But anyways, like that whole scenario was good on Chrono's part. I thought it was great too. Karen said it was great, and like Karen's saying that like it seems like Chrono is Nataku's or the sixth pillar's protector and whatnot, and like that seemed to be like pretty cool and everything. And then like the whole thing with Hajime was just, I don't know where to begin. Like Hajime, it seems like they're not even like you know, correlating with the Evangelist and whatnot. We find out that like the president knows exactly what's going on, that the Amaterasu has a human inside it and everything, and Shinra gets pissed off. But then like the president asks him like, if you are an Adola Burst and you could actually save 15 million lives and everything, would you do it with like your one life? and everything. He's like, I would absolutely lay down my life. But then Obi says something that makes a lot of sense, is that like every life is precious. This is pretty much like the gist of what I get from what Obi said. That like every fire soldier, our lives are not cheap and everything. Every life is precious. And you can probably even, with you being alive, Shinra, you can probably even save even more than 15 million lives. Possibly you can save way more than if you just sacrifice yourself and save 15 million lives. If you stayed alive, you could even probably save more and whatnot. And then we hear the president saying that he's making a second Amaterasu and everything. And that like that's why they're trying to like make an Ebola burst from like all of these experiments and whatnot and stuff like that. So like that's why they're doing it and everything. And then Vulcan comes in saying that like I'm gonna create a massive generator that's stronger than Amaterasu, that you don't have to sacrifice anybody. Shinra's not gonna be sacrificing everything. And it seems like what Shinra realized that the 8th is pretty much his protector. And I thought that was like pretty damn cool to like hear and everything. And then the president seems like he's very excited to see a descendant of like the Joseph family who created Amaterasu and everything. And he didn't even know that Vulcan was that. So that was very interesting to me. And then also hearing that Giovanni, like, I mean, because it kind of makes sense that like he didn't even know that Vulcan was an ancestor or a descendant or whatever, but Giovanni knew that, and so Giovanni's part of the Evangelists, so it makes it seem more so that Hajime isn't necessarily connected to the Evangelists and everything, and now it seems like they're gonna all be working together and everything to like, you know, do that, make that massive generator that Vulcan wants to do. And the president and Hajime are going to back up the 8th now in helping and such, which sounds I'm very skeptical about that because I still think Hajime is obviously just not a good place at all. And that whole scene and scenario was very interesting. I don't know, like, I don't know what else to say about that whole scene. It just felt very interesting to me. So I wonder where that's gonna go. I saw the next preview of Iris going to like for prayer, asking Shinra if he wants to pray with her and whatnot. So that's gonna be an interesting episode to watch. And I thought like the conclusion of the fight was great and everything. You got this crater in the moon, like from Karen's like shot up with that radiation blast or whatever. Was crazy awesome, and everybody was able to come out unscathed and everything, and like it was a good like ending to that fight with Chrono, even though I still don't like anything that he is doing and whatnot. It's very weird. It's a good thing that he was able to stop Nataku and everything, so that was pretty cool to see the ending of that, and then the whole talks with Hajime and the president and everything, and then him saying that 70, like it's pretty, like, he was pretty good at defending himself, the president, saying that, like, Giovanni, there's, like, 70% of people in the empire, in the entire nation, that works some way with Hajime and stuff, so it's not impossible for a few of them to go like under the radar and everything. And like he really was doing a good job with combating like what Shinra was talking about, like saying that like that's person, it's a person. What do you think? Like an Ebola burst human is still a human and everything. And then like the president's like, are you going to say that like one life is more important than 15 million or whatever? Wouldn't you, as a fire soldier, as a special fire force soldier, like sacrifice your own life to save 15 million people? Surely you wouldn't say like the opposite and everything. And then Shinra said like, of course it was, but then Obi said like his whole speech and everything, which was just awesome, and like saying that you could probably save more than 15 million lives if you stayed alive. And like it was good stuff, and it was a good episode and everything, and I enjoyed it. Not obviously not my favorite episode, but it was a solid episode, good episode and everything. And I'm excited for next week because we're gonna get probably some more Iris and everything. And Iris is the babes to me. She's one of the babes, right? So anyways, that is it for this review and everything. What did you think about this episode? Leave down in the comments your thoughts about this episode, your thoughts about what I said and everything, and leave a like if you did like the video, if you liked anything I had to say, like the video if you liked the episode. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theory discussion videos and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty. Alright, so peace and love, and I will see y'all later in the next video. Peace out, may the force be with you always, and plus ultra, and latum.